It didn't start this way. I wasn't born into flames. I wasn't a storm waiting to happen. I was ordinary, quiet, unnoticed, just trying to survive. But they lit the match. They struck it against my soul when they thought I wouldn't notice. They fed the fire with every insult, every betrayal, every time they looked away when I needed them the most. And now that fire has a name, my name, and the world will remember it. It's funny how people don't see what they're doing until it's too late. They think their words are just that, words. They think their actions fade into the wind, that the world forgets the pain they leave behind. But let me tell you something. Pain doesn't just disappear. It lingers, it festers, and eventually it transforms. I was quiet. I stayed in my lane. I tried to be what everyone wanted, but no matter how much I gave, it was never enough. They laughed at me when I stumbled, ignored me when I screamed, and walked away when I needed them the most. It wasn't one big moment that broke me. It was 1,000 little ones. Death by 1,000,000 cuts. They fed the fire with their indifference. Every time they underestimated me, every time they told me I wasn't enough, they thought I'd break. They thought I'd crumble into ashes. But here's the thing about ashes. They have a way of rising. At first, I begged for their approval. I wanted to be enough for them, for the world. But the more I chased their validation, the further they pushed me away. That's when I realized the truth. They were never going to give me what I needed, and that truth hurt more than anything else. That's when the fire inside me truly began to burn. You see, people think monsters are born evil. They think darkness comes from nowhere. But they're wrong. Monsters are created. They're sculpted by the hands of those who claim to be better. They're born out of betrayal, neglect, and rejection. I stopped begging. I stopped trying to fit into a world that never wanted me in the first place. Instead, I built my own world, one where their opinions meant nothing. At first, they didn't notice the change. They thought I was still the same person they could step on, ignore, and mock. But fire doesn't stay small forever. It grows. It spreads. And when they finally saw the flames, it was too late. They tried to put it out. They tried to extinguish the very thing they had created. But you can't kill what's already been ignited. They fed this fire. They poured fuel on it with their words, their actions, their silence. And now it burns with my name. Here's the thing about fire. It's relentless. It doesn't stop for anyone. It consumes everything in its path. And that's exactly what I've become. I am no longer the person they tried to break. I am no longer their victim. I am their reckoning. They used to laugh at me. Now they can't even look me in the eye. They used to talk behind my back. Now my name is all they can say. They used to think I was nothing. Now they fear me because I've become everything they can't ignore. It's not just about power. It's not about revenge. It's about showing them that no matter how much they tried to destroy me, I survived. I thrived. I turned their hatred into fuel, their doubt into strength, their rejection into resilience. But let me tell you the truth. They don't fear me because of what I've done. They fear me because they know I don't need them anymore. The fire they fed taught me things they never wanted me to learn. It taught me that I don't need anyone to define my worth. It taught me that strength comes from within, not from the approval of others. It taught me that the darkest moments in life can become the brightest flames. But most of all, it taught me that I am unstoppable to the ones who thought I'd never make it. Thank you. Thank you for underestimating me. Thank you for feeding the fire that now burns brighter than you could ever imagine. You thought you could bury me, but you forgot one thing. I'm a seed. And now, I've grown into something you can't cut down. If you're listening to this and you feel like the world is against you, remember this. The fire inside you is stronger than you think. Don't let them extinguish it. Don't let their words define you. They might try to break you. They might try to tear you apart. But every time they do, they're just feeding your fire. Let it burn. Let it grow. And when the time comes, let it consume everything that tried to hold you back. Fire doesn't just burn, it transforms. What I've become isn't temporary. This isn't a fleeting moment of triumph. It's a permanent state of being. You see, once you've been through the kind of darkness I have, there's no going back. The person I was before no longer exists. They destroyed that version of me, but in doing so, they awakened something far more powerful. I don't need to prove myself anymore. I don't seek validation from those who tried to tear me down. Instead, I've taken every piece of pain they handed me and turned it into strength. I've rebuilt myself, not as the person they wanted me to be, but as the person they now fear. And now, they live with the consequences of their actions. Every time they hear my name, it reminds them of what they did and what they failed to do. They wanted to control me, to break me, to keep me small. But all they did was forge a fire too big for them to contain. Now they see the truth. I am untouchable. I am unbreakable. They can't silence me anymore. They can't erase the fire they spent years feeding. And that terrifies them. This fire doesn't just burn for revenge, it burns for purpose. I've learned to channel it, to use it to fuel my growth, my ambitions, my future. It's no longer about proving them wrong, it's about proving myself right. The flames they started now illuminate the path I walk, one they could never have envisioned for me. And the best part? I don't walk it alone anymore. Not because I need anyone else to hold me up, but because my story, this fire, has become a beacon for others. For every person who's been silenced, rejected, or betrayed, this fire burns as proof that we can rise. If you're still in the middle of the fire, let me tell you this. It's not the end. It feels unbearable. I know. It feels like the flames will consume you, leave nothing but ashes. But that's not how it works. The fire isn't your end. It's your beginning. Take every word, every doubt, every betrayal, and feed it to the flames. Let it fuel your transformation. Let it burn away the parts of you that no longer serve you and forge something stronger, something they can never break. My name isn't just a reminder to them. It's a testament to everyone who thought they were alone in their pain. The fire they fed didn't just create a monster, it created a legacy. And that legacy isn't just mine. It's for anyone who's been underestimated, overlooked, or cast aside. They thought they were silencing me, but all they did was amplify my voice. They thought they were burying me, but all they did was give me roots to grow. And now, the fire they started has spread far beyond anything they can control. So to those who fed the fire, you thought you were destroying me, but you were only preparing me for something greater. You lit the match, and now you live in the shadow of the flames. And to those watching, listening, feeling the weight of your own struggles, remember this, fire can destroy, but it can also create. You have the power to decide what your fire becomes. Let it burn, not to consume you, but to transform you. Because in the end, the fire they fed will always burn with one undeniable truth: your name, your power, your legacy, and they'll never forget it. By the way, if you want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Until next time.